Chapter 1. The magnificent palace doors opened abruptly, with force. Inside the decorated room, the throne room, sat a young emperor. His green, scaly face was emotionless up until this moment. Now there was definite anger in his expression. "Who dares to barge into the throne room uninvited? I'll have you executed!" He shouts at the perpetrator, not putting into account that the guards would have stopped anyone from stepping close to those doors without permission. Well, anyone except for one single person. A veteran and esteemed military man, a brilliant general, an uncle. The man who stood in the throne room now, taller even than the guards, his face scarred with missing scales. Being blind in one eye and in retirement, long past his prime, has not stopped him from adorning his military uniform. "Nephew, you are making a mistake," the man said with a stern tone as if lecturing a child. "Insolent fool," the young emperor replied with vitriol. "You dare to barge into the throne room unannounced and then proceed to insult me, the emperor? Haven't your years of military service taught you about the basics of royal courtesy? I have never expected you to be such a spoiled brat. I would have even turned a blind eye to all your tomfoolery if it wasn't for this," the old man said. "Guards, take him away. I have important business to attend to," the emperor said, gesturing with his hand that they throw him out. But unlike in any other case where the guards would do so without hesitation, this time they seemed hesitant, looking at each other as to who will be the first to act upon the order. "Are you deaf? Take him away now!" the emperor shouted, his voice reverberating through the throne room. One of the guards stepped forward, but before he could make so much as another step, the old man looked at him, stared at him with no emotion whatsoever. "Stand down, soldier," he said with a calm tone. The soldier stopped in his tracks. Silence befell the room. "You... all right. Uncle, what is the reason for your unceremonious visit?" the young emperor asked. "Do you understand what you have ordered is not only breaking a pact, but is the sole decision that will bring this nation down? You will destroy it, all of it," the old general said, his sternness and stoic stance not leaving him for a moment. "Oh, is it about the so-called humans, that little puny race of apes? You seek to protect them?" the emperor said in a mocking tone. "I am not here to protect them. I am here to protect this nation and its people," the old man said as if reciting that very sentence for the millionth time. "You are aware that they haven't been at war for 50 cycles? Or 93 of their years? I've even given them the time of day to learn their little calendar." The emperor raised his finger as if learning the enemy's calendar is an achievement to boast about. "Their fleets are nothing compared to ours. Their army is ceremonial, nothing else but a show of power where none exists," the emperor said once more, mockingly. The old general stared at him. He squinted his eyes. "My nephew, if you have learned about the enemy so much, then tell me about the wars they waged before. Their tactics, the composition of their armies. Tell me about the humans. What are they like? Have you ever seen a human in person?" the old general asked his nephew whilst leaning forward. He looked at him inquisitively. "Well," the emperor began, "they lost many wars, they won some. But it was always known in advance they would win. It is obvious when you see the statistics, when you look at the numbers, the technological disparity. Our fleets are more advanced than theirs, by every metric. It has been proven. Intelligence does not lie, and best of all, we outnumber them," the emperor said, this time trying to give a serious answer to his uncle. "You did not answer my question," the old man said. "You know, there is a quote from a human general who lived a long time ago. It goes like this: if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle." Now, my nephew, you have proven to know neither yourself nor the enemy. The conclusion then is rather simple, the old man said. The emperor stared at him in shock, his face giving the expression that he has been surprised and utterly destroyed by the retort, before bursting out laughing. "You," the emperor said in between coughs, "you come here to enlighten me about military matters, and then," he snickers, You tell me a human quote. You have chosen the wrong career path, uncle. You would have become a great comedian. You have not seen war. You have not seen death. You have not seen suffering. I am not here to entertain you. I am here. The old man paused, closing his eyes and bowing his head to the ground before lifting it back up. I will not let you declare war on the Terran Federation, because you will only bring the aforementioned war, death, and suffering, and it will all be for nothing. You won't let me, the Emperor, do as I please? The young Emperor said. Do you know what you have just said qualifies as treason of the highest order? Yes, I know, but I'm not here to give orders to an emperor. I am here to lecture my nephew and to stop him from making a mistake that will leave millions dead. Guards, please, just take him away. The Emperor said with an irritated tone. The humans have never lost a damned war, the old man shouted. Never lost? I'm pretty sure they have. They have just been lucky for the wins. The Emperor replied. You do not know history well at all. They did lose wars. But look at any empire or nation that had attacked them. They won, some of them, but all collapsed soon thereafter. Humans fight with such ferocity that it would be better to have them as allies, not enemies. I know that you seek glory and more space for our people, but we have enough. Even if you were to win, it would come at a cost so great that it could never be repaid. Not even the war of the heavens would come close to the brutality. Uncle, my dear uncle, you are embarrassing yourself, the Emperor replied with fake empathy. The old general looked at his nephew. His eyes became wide. His stoic expression gave way to that of anger. You idiotic brat! Do you understand that you will destroy everything your father built? Do you know what he sacrificed to have peace? Do you know what I sacrificed so that this nation does not burn? The Emperor simply looked at his uncle with an indifferent expression. Guard. He pointed to one of the guards who stepped forward. Send the message that all available troops be mobilized to the border of the Terran Federation. We are going to war. The guard bowed and began walking toward the palace doors to relay the message. Before he could come close to the doors, he was grabbed by the old general. You are not going anywhere, the old man said. Guards, take him away. He is impeding the relay of a royal decree. The Emperor said this time the guards did not hesitate. They came forward and grabbed the old man. He struggled, but despite his large stature, his body was old. He was weak. What are you doing? Are you all insane? He shouted. Nephew, what have you done? The old man now had no anger in his voice. Rather, it was desperation. It was pleading. They know that you are coming. They are listening. They know themselves. They know us. He was being dragged across the floor, coming closer to the palace doors. Our people have suffered enough. Have you got no heart, nephew? Please. The palace doors opened, and he was dragged out. You don't know what you are doing. You do not know what they are like. The doors started slowly closing. I've fought with them then. 50 cycles ago, the war of heaven. They are... His voice was silenced, and the doors closed shut. Silence was once more present in the throne room. The young emperor sighed deeply. Advisor Kamaz, the emperor said. Out of the shadows, a figure appeared. His face was covered in a mask. Everything is according to plan? The emperor asked. Oh, yes, my lord. Everything is going exactly to plan. I have sent the message to the generals. Tomorrow, everything is ready. The humans won't know what hit them, the figure said. I hope so. I'm looking forward to seeing their fleets dissolve and burn, the emperor said with a smile. Oh, they will, my lord. They will burn, the dark figure said. I can already smell the ashes. My lord,